Boo. It is Lord Aware. I am streaming some 2D 4X conversion from Unity to Godot. We're to the next step. Well, I don't know if it's the next step. It's a step. We got to fix one bug first, though, and then I'm going to add a third county. I know that doesn't look like anything. It looks like colorful gibberish. So we have two counties here. And our current problem is if we have it paused and we open this, it unpauses it. So we just got to figure out how to fix that. I don't think it should be that hard. We did this, which is fine, I guess. It's kind of hard to tell that you switched. And I figured out how to do resources. And we'll probably we'll turn this research thing, instead of a list, we're going to turn it into a research. Not today though, or to a resource, not a research. We got to fix that bug. We're going to add one county, and we're going to add a county in Washington. I can't remember the name of it, but we will look at it soon enough. And then we are going to make it so we generate some random population and whatnot. I looked over at my music. You guys can't hear my music, but I wanted to turn it on because it's so like deafeningly silent. I wish I could play, but you know the corporate overlords don't want it. Copyright infringement, even though whatever. This is all temporary. Everything is prototype stuff. So let's fix this bug first. So that we're gonna have to open up the clock. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah. I forgot we had that going. We're going to open up the clock. Name of button. The clock thing. And so what it's doing is it's using... And so I had this other... Well, no, it's not that stuff. I think I took it out. Yeah, I took it out. So... When we were resetting this up, because I moved this script over from whatchamacallit, from Unity, it had a lot more things in it, and we were all like, we don't, you know, me and chat, we're like, we don't need all this shit, but I kept saying, I think we will later, and so we're now to the we will later. So there's a couple of things that we're gonna need. Is this number of things paused? Let's rename this though to something that's not as stupid. Number of fucking things paused. No. Number of... No, it shouldn't be paused. Number of controls open. Shown. Like that. So what that will do is, so we need to keep track of that. So if we have a bunch of shit open and we're closing and opening stuff, certain things are supposed to turn off or pause the time, and certain things aren't. So like if we pause with this, we need to keep track that we have paused and unpaused, you know, if there's something that's holding it open, basically. So we have that thing going. The first thing we're going to want to do is find where it's this top bar. No, it's this research control. What are we doing with this? It says clock, pause, unpause. We don't want it to do that. When it opens, we always want it to pause. So we actually can just change this. We can edit this and it's going to the clock. We already have this written from before. Pause time. The other thing, if we did this pause, so it's hitting this else is what it's doing. So when it first it's checking and it's like, no, it's already paused, so then it's unpausing it. So I'm just gonna have I'm just gonna use this. If pause time, or pause time, if it is not equal to 0, then it pauses it. That will just make our lives easier, but then we're also gonna need to have we'll put this, and we want to disable this. We want to do that. Yeah, both those things. Oh, except this is not how this works. We're gonna fuck around with that too. That shouldn't be that problematic. Number, what did I call it? Of controls shown will equal ++. It will just add on to that right there. Then let's look at our controls. Player controls. Let's put this over here. Let's pin it. We're going to need that shit all the time. What are we doing here? We only have one control, which is this. And this is when you lift up on the key. So what we're going to do in here is if we're going to need this in the globals. Wow, we have so little. Player controls enabled equals true. If we don't have it, it must not be it must be private or something. We are doing this wrong. We as in me. If that equals true, then we're gonna, this stuff will run. Else nothing will happen. So then what we'll do is when research panel, research control here, do we have a visibility change? I've been on visibility change, then we're gonna go globals, instance, players controls equal false. And then on this, we're going to go globals. We're going to type it in right though. Globals, instance, player controls enabled equals true. Okay. So I've been doing this a lot in my other game on visibility change. Once I figured that out, it was much easier to do here. So my other game is more keyboard driven. This is all going to be completely mouse driven. Besides, plus and minus probably to speed up time, which we'll deal with later. We should probably put that in. So, well, fuck it. Who cares? No, we got to put it in, right? We got to put it on our list. Maybe we'll add a new 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 thing here. I'm not quite sure why I made these issues, but we'll do it. This is open source. I have a Discord too. Whoops, this doesn't go over here. If you're interested in just yapping about game creation in Godot, I know a little bit still about Unity, but my brain is slowly collapsing with that knowledge. I think I clicked this button. I guess I didn't. This is going to be player controls. And then in here, we'll just add an item. Plus and minus buttons will speed up and slow down time. Just like in CK3 or 2 or every other fucking game that exists. Well, that's not true. I tried to save the web page. I do that all the time. All right, so this should make it, we should be able to turn this off. We'll know what the key code was. We could put this down here. So this should turn this off now. I guess we should test it. I need to test everything. What are we doing? We actually don't. You know what we can do here is we can just delete this. What happened? What did I just delete? Nodes removed. Uh-oh. Can I undo that? It was the whole research control. Jesus Christ. I was trying to delete this thing. And then what we can do is back to this thing. We can say, what are we doing? Clock, instance, pause, time. And then on this, we can unpause, clock, instance, unpause, time. You know, we also could do, we can do this better. Different. We could do this different. What is this doing? we can do this different as well. I'm going to leave this here so I don't forget about it. We can... This would be a major change to how we do all of this, which I'm scared to do. So we're not going to do that. This will be, we need to get rid of one of these and unpause time. I'm thinking we're going to need if number of controls shown is equal to 0, then, well, not that, is equal to 0, then we do it. And I see what we're doing here. I don't like that. We're going to have to set up a better way to do that. But I don't like that, how that is. Because it's going to be, if we put it here, this is wrong as well. We're going to have to figure out a better way for the controls, and we'll figure that out right now. But, I mean, right after we test this. Right after we test it. All right, so let's make sure spacebar still works. It does. Let's pause it and open the research thing. All right, so the research did not unpause it. We hit close, it's still paused, which is what we want. We want it to whatever the player did last. So then let's open this up, and it paused it because even though it was playing, which is what we wanted, then we close this and it's still paused, which is not what we wanted. We have... We'll test it again in a second, but I want to make sure. Clock is what we want. -1, huh? How did we get to -1? I wonder if no, because I just changed this, the name of that, without like changing them all. Did I change them all? Maybe I changed them all. I thought I just changed one of them. Oh, I see. I see what happened. We went past it. Where'd it go? If it's not equal... All right, we can put this... What we can do... we're gonna have to figure out a better way to do this too, but this will temporarily work. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to figure out a better way to do this, but that's gonna turn that off and on, or that's gonna add up there. This needs to go. If number of controls shown equals 0, it should unpause it. If this is not equal to, so if it's already, if it's equal to 0, it's already paused. I think we're doing this so that this doesn't overwrite the old time thing. If it is equal to 0, it does nothing. If it's not equal to 0, this happens. I think that's why I wrote this like this before, was because if you had it just do this every time, it would overwrite the old time speed. You know, one of the I was thinking about this. One of my uh, main things that I really like about Godot is how fast you can open up a project and you can open up and start a game. It's crazy how slowly Unity was. Now we got to test. Okay, now we got to test. Can I unpause it? No. Okay, I can't unpause it from here. I don't know if you can hear me slamming on the keyboard. All right, so that's it. That's what we had to fix. And then we're working on the top bar. Time research unpausing bug fixed. We're gonna commit this, and we're gonna save that, commit it. We're gonna upload it. We're on top bar here. Then we're gonna go fix our fucking thing here. If I hadn't already, I don't think I did. Whoops, we want GitHub. We want the base GitHub here. And we want to get rid of this branch. We don't want to call it master, it's dumb. We're going to, the default branch is going to call it main. This branch name will, your branch name, rename, no, I don't want to rename it to that. I want to edit it, switch to another one. Main is going to be, you know, I made that capital. What did I do on my other one? I like to keep things consistent, you know? I was working on that one. Okay, why did I fucking call this thing? Well, we'll rename this one first. Well, I guess we could switch to it and then rename it. It's gonna cause all sorts of fucking issues, man. Alright, then we're gonna rename this to lowercase m. And then I should probably protect this. I don't know why I should do that. I'm the only one who works on this, but there's probably... I'm gonna copy this just in case I have to do this. I think I do, actually. We're gonna do all this shit while I'm sitting here. Oh, did I fix, so offline, I fixed the other issue where it was showing the .vs even though I had it in the git ignore. Then we're gonna go in. Yeah, we haven't updated anything on here in a long time. We're gonna go in and delete. Well, let's protect this branch. I don't know what I do to do this. Protect your most and protect. Yeah, I don't have any collaborators, but we're gonna do that one. And we're gonna say one person needs to approve it. That's me. Put this over here. I think that's probably what we'll do. I don't want to accidentally fuck shit up. Oh, you know what? No, I don't want to do that right now. If anyone ever helps me with this, then I'll add some protection rules, but I don't give a shit right now. We're just gonna go hog fucking wild now. So what did it want me to do? It wanted me to get branch in main to main, fetch origin, git branch. All right, let's do this with git bash. I got it on my computer for this particular reason. Where is this shit though? I think it's the C drive. Or the E drive. Yeah, there it is. Whoops, we got a capital CD there. And then we got projects. And then we got 2D 4X top bar. That's the one we're on. So we'll just copy this shit over here and hope we don't fuck something up. The branch already named main exists. Okay. So what we're going to want to do, because we're going to merge this branch. We're done with the top bar for now. We're going to merge it. And I always get very nervous at this part. Can I just rename it here? What happens if I do this button? Can't believe I put a capital M in there. What a dumb shit. Now, there's a way to... I think I got to go to here. And then... Yeah. There's a way to do... Maybe it's up here. Fetch. Let's hope we don't rewrite all of my... That didn't do anything. Hopefully I don't have to rewrite pull, then push. What is this gonna do? Yeah, I know. I wonder if I could just make a new branch. I don't think it's gonna like that. Why didn't it like this? What did this say? Fatal error? A branch name main already exists. Let's skip it and go to this fetch origin. I don't see it here though. I'm a git noob as well. I can use the basics of it, but I can't use anything more than that. Nothing is changing over here. Pretty sure my local stuff. Did I push that? I should. No, I did. I did push it there just in case. Yeah, none of this shit's working. Can I refresh this? No. I can't rename it. Can't change it. I need to pull it down is what I need to do, but it won't let me. I wonder if I can delete this one. Oh, God. Let's delete this one. Okay, I pushed the delete button and it wouldn't let me. Reset, keep changes, delete. You don't have any. Oh, you have this fucked up thing too. We got to get rid of this thing anyways. It's going to have all sorts of issues with this because I fixed this issue when I was offline. And I can't rename it. It's currently tracking a remote. Only the local branch will be renamed. I know there's a way to do this. See, it thinks it's capital M too. Did I renamed it, right? Well, we're looking at the wrong one here. That's not what we want either. I wonder. Fucking get But I joke about developer brain and how like certain stuff is like only developers think this way. GitHub is one of them where I'm always like, Jesus Christ, you could have made this so fucking easy, but instead you just made it trash. Not trash. It works fine. It works great, but it's totally you got to get in developer brain for it to make any sense. Where's my branches button? There we go. See, I don't feel like this is right. What happens if we close this and reopen it? I could delete my... Well, it didn't want to. Hmm. Let's close this as well. It's all fucked because I changed my... Damn it! Did I change that? No. I didn't change anything. It's because I fuck. Now everything's gonna be all fucked up. Because I switched to that old branch. Let's go to here. And open up. It probably doesn't matter. I wonder what this theme is doing there. Which one of these we open? Still thinking. All right, we're going to have to open the project file, which is right here. Ah. Now it's a lowercase. There we go. Master is gone. Uh-oh. Our top bar stuff's gone, though. Did we just lose all of our fucking shit? Didn't I push this, though, just in case? We have it here. Oh, we're in Hex Demon. It's like, what? It's like summoning demons. That one's lowercase. Yeah, we still have this bullshit. I'm gonna probably have to dig into it. I can't believe I renamed that with a capital. We want to stash these changes. I don't care about these. All right, it won't let me. We gotta go. No. Already exists with the branch main. Maybe this is like what it's called, even though it's not what it's called. What happens if I make it? Well, we don't want this shit. We gotta get rid of this. Oh, I tried this before. Ignore these local changes. Get this shit out of here. We don't care about them. Hopefully, we don't care about them. Fucking GitHub. We just gotta ignore them. All right. This we do want, though, because I did change this. So what happens if we try to push this? Git ignore changed. It's gonna error. It should error out and say there isn't a main. What? Did we just create a branch? Fucking GitHub. Yes. So we need to get this down here, and I don't know why I can't. It's conflicting with this. We just uploaded it. I wonder if I can delete it. I don't think I can actually just hit the delete button. All right, we're gonna have to Google it. I didn't think the GitHub thing was gonna hold us up because I've changed names on stuff, but I wasn't like the same name. Uh, Visual Studio change name local branch. I wonder actually. A branch name. Okay. You know what I can do? Mm, maybe. All right, so um I can merge this. Then now our main with the real main should be updated 15 minutes ago. All right, that is what we just did. So now if I can get this down somewhere, I can't delete this one. I think maybe because I'm in it, maybe. Okay, this is here now. I want to switch to. All right, wait. And here's the merge with the top bar. This is looking good. This is looking good. We can delete this master bullshit. Wait, no, we want to delete it from here. I like to delete it from here. And now we got like a bunch of different ones. Uh, I don't know why I like to delete it from here, but this is, we'll get rid of that. Top bar was merged, but I'm gonna leave it there temporarily because I'm scared. We'll get rid of this, and then we have our main here, and then we can get rid of this, and we can get rid of this, and then we'll leave those remotes there because that's how that works. What are you, an instance of blah 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 blah? Okay, then let's close this whole thing down. Well, we're on main, right? View, we're on main, which should have everything, and then we're gonna open up Godot here. In my other game, I also started reorganizing how I put things because, man, I was having a hard time finding stuff. We're gonna hit play to make sure that I didn't fuck something up because I had it open when I was moving branches around and shit, and that's always a nightmare. It's tempting to make it so you can click this again to close the research thing. Maybe we'll put that on the list just in case here. Next round, when you so maybe make it so you can click on the research button on the top bar and it would close the research panel. Should be calling that control. Oh, we were going to do this too. I forgot about that. And I didn't see that sitting here. Research description should have its own panel with margins and shit. We can close this thing. So what I'm talking about there, and I actually, when I opened this, I was like, huh? When you click this, it's kind of disorienting, I'm going to call it, because it changes, but it doesn't look like you opened up anything new. So yeah, that is a good thing to have in here. So we can actually do that pretty quick. I feel I say that and then I fuck myself. So this is a panel container. What we can do to this is we can add just a panel and we'll put it at the top. And then we're going to we'll add a margin thing and we'll add it up here. We'll put this up here. And I'm going to double check that I'm actually streaming because I get paranoid about that. It just pops in my head occasionally. Then these things will be in this panel. And then we'll call this the research panel. I'm not doing a panel container. Maybe I should have done a panel container for this. Let's do it. No, that's not where I do that. I do it here. Change type. Okay, so we have the margin container. We need to turn this on so we can see it. And, well, we need this turned on as well. So what we need this to be, we want this to be a little bit darker, which it actually is. Is that all we needed to do temporarily? Because we're gonna move shit around. We could put pictures and things too at some point. That's all we needed. That was it. For now, that's all we need. And let's go back to here. It's like 8 seconds. And counties is what we're back to, which is empty. So we're going to move this over here. We're going to move this over here. We're going to put research down here. We're going to put counties over here. And then we're going to start, we're going to add a few things to this. We need to generate county population. We need to add a county in Washington. And we need to random county colors for now. We're going to convert these to issues. And we're going to do, this is an opposite order. All right, so we're going to go back to, I tried to save the website again. We're going to go back to here. And we're going to add a new county, which is actually going to be down here. First off, we're going to go, yeah, the county graphics. So see how I have these in with the graphics. I don't really like that. We're going to bring over from the Unity version here. So we're going to have to figure out a better way to do this. We're going to bring in our county. It's called Cowlitz. Cowlitz, Washington is what we're bringing in here. And we can duplicate one of these scenes so we don't have to reconstruct it. We can duplicate it. I'm putting in Portland, Oregon County, huh? Let's get rid of the county at the end of these things. I wonder if that will break things. We know they're counties. Let's hit play and see if that busted anything. I don't think it should have, but it's weird this still says county on there, though. Where are you getting that information there, Portland, Oregon County? I wanted to open this up. What script do we have on here? Select county. Yeah, where's it getting that name? I thought it was getting it from the. I almost called it a game object. I thought I was getting it from the node, the scene. We need to build this real quick. Oh, I named it up here as well. Shouldn't that be the same thing? Weird. And I think I was even thinking about not putting this in there, but F2 wasn't working for that. All right, Tillamook, Portland. We're going to do Cowlitz. We'll duplicate this guy. We're going to call this Cowlitz, Washington. We're doing Washington first because Washington's a different state. And eventually we're going to have like cultures, and there'll be the Oregon culture and the Washington culture. I know what you're thinking. Like, are those different? Not really. But we're going to pretend they are. All right, so we got this guy here. Oh, except. No. We got to open up this guy. We got to rename this. I wonder if F2 will work now. It will. It's interesting that this doesn't necessarily mean anything. Cowlitz. That's a real place. And we're going to the area here. We have a signal of some sort. Mouse click. I guess making a copy of this is not that useful. Fur basket, how's it going? Well, there are a lot of hippies especially in Eugene. It's known for its hippies. I gotta remember. I think I have to delete this. We just had the click there, so that shouldn't actually be that bad of a. I don't know if and we gotta go to here. And we gotta go to here. Oh, you know what? We didn't have to delete it. We could have just recreated it right here. And we go to here. This goes inside here. do you live in can't oh, it does that every time. Do you live in Eugene? I was born in Eugene. Though I moved to Southern California like right off the bat. So we had a click thing here somewhere. It was this thing, and we went to on click. It's been like that forever too. My mom is an old hippie, and I think that's where she hung out was in Eugene. Oh, I called it mouse click. which is kind of a dumb name, honestly, because why? What other thing would we be clicking with? Let's rename this. This is gonna fuck everything up, but it's okay. Let's rename this to on click. I took a train from San Diego to Portland when I moved because I live in Portland, Oregon. Um, when I moved here, and that's the only time as an adult or as a thinking human that I stopped in Eugene, and it was just like, it was just the train stopped and people could jump off and go smoke. So that's pretty much all I saw of it. And there were actually some hippies around. I mean, like hanging out in that area, which I was like, seriously? It's like way to be a stereotype there. Um, Eugene, you know? All right, so we just broke everything. So we got to fix these things that I just broke. We're going to call this on click. We're going to edit on click. Mouse click, on click. On click is better. And whoops. Edit. Then this is where it gets a little weird. Can you grow pot legally in Eugene? I mean, I guess you can in Portland too. There's a lot of rules for it. I actually looked into it because all my friends were like, "Did you know you could grow pot in Portland? You could make some money." And I was like, "I'm not against making some side money, but I'm too close to a school." There's a bunch of rules for school. Not meaning to rhyme there. Rules for schools. Um, all right, let's see. So we're going to need to add in this thing. And we're going to put it up here. We're actually going to reorganize this. This needs to be in this order. Now, where is this thing? Where beeth you? Yeah, that's not a good spot. So even before it was legal, is it like kind of decriminalized there? We're going to click this thing, I think. Yeah. Now we have to do the puzzle thing, and like I said, it starts getting worse as time goes by. The puzzle starts getting bad. We got to go to the. What are we doing here? So look at this. This scale is 25. This scale is 25, but this is obviously too small. This little bump is supposed to fit in there. Oh, it's at 25. What if we go to 1? How about 70, not 75, 0.75? Yeah, this is like so at the beginning, this works so great. That doesn't look right at all. Maybe that little bump doesn't go in there. Don't worry, I got a solution for this. Um, I don't remember. Okay, so there's Oregon. Okay, so this is the one that I ended up using. So we're going to add some more shit to this. We'll copy both these over here. We'll put this in. I'm calling them provinces because we're going to eventually have all of North America. I would like to do the whole world, but that's ridiculous. I don't know where that went. Here it is. Joker, how's it going? We're gonna have 3 counties for a little bit. We're gonna need. So I was thinking about this before I even started streaming. I was like, I wonder why I haven't put in the state maps in the background. And I was like, I guess I didn't need them, and then now we need them. Can I turn off this? let's see here. I guess I can't without making. Let's turn off these things. Just the view of them. We don't need to see this. Yeah, I was hoping there was a way I could just turn off like a gizmo. I don't know what the term is that they use in Godot for these for those like things. It's gizmo in Unity. Um, all right, let's throw the states in here because it's gonna make our lives easier long term. Though that doesn't look that off now that the thing's back. That actually is pretty close. So you would think that all of the maps of the different states would be the same scale and whatnot, but they are all completely different. And they're all, if you compare them like the two different maps and you cut them out and you look at them, they're also wildly like the rivers are in different places and stuff. It's that whole thing. So I watched a video about Godot too, about some more experience because I'm a noob. I was a noob in Unity, and now I'm more of a noob in Godot. Because I'm like relearning everything all the basic shit that I already knew how to do in Unity. I'm like back to like the very basic, like how do you do anything? How do you change the text? How do you move shit around? Like earlier, I was like, is this the button I need? I'm way, I was like, on a scale of 1 to 10 in Unity, I was a 2. On a scale of 1 to 10 on Godot, I'm back to a 1. I finally was a 2 in Unity. So the biggest, and I watched this video with more experienced developers. There was a guy went over like these 3 different developers. One of them was the Caves of Cud guy, converting from Unity to Godot, and they loved it. And so the biggest complaint I have is that there's not enough stuff for noobs like me. It's really, really hard to find the information, especially in C#. Like the C# tutorials are just fucking horseshit. They're wrong. They're dated. They're non-existent. Non-existent what would be the main problem. Luckily, chat helps me a lot. Chat will be like, "No, you got to do this. You got to do that," in a nice way. I made it sound like they were jerks, and I really think that's the major issue for new people is going to be that it's like really not even intimidating. It's demoralizing because you try to do all this stuff and you can't find any tutorials on it. There's actually this GitHub. Where's my project here? I don't know where it went. I've lost it. I thought I had a thing in here that said, oh, I ended it. I closed it because I figured out how to do it. Basically, so like if you look up how to get a file, like how to read from a file or something, there's going to be a few tutorials for Godot that say for the Godot.net version, right? There's going to be a few of those that say like, hey, here's how you do it. And it shows the C# way to do it. And you can use that and that will work until you export your project, and you'll have to copy your folders over because you're using the direct path, which is not the way that you should be doing it in Godot from what I understand. You're supposed to be using this res dot / but all the tutorials show you how to do it the C# way, which is the wrong way in my opinion. So I had to like figure out how to do it with the Godot script first, then switch that over to C#, which I figured out eventually. But it would have been a lot nicer if someone had just said, "This is how you do it." I don't know. That's my main complaint And everything else, though, seems to be great. We're going to need to have on here, though. I wonder if I should probably put it here. No. I'm going to have a new, what is this node that I did? This is a 2D node. I'm going to add a new 2D node 2D. That's not going to be there, though. It's going to be here. And we're going to call this. Yeah. Oh, are you switching over to? Yeah, the dated tutorials. So Joker actually creates tutorials, and I use his tutorials all the time. So, are you using C# or are you using Godot script, GD script? Starting with it, yeah. So back in the day when I first decided I'm gonna start to make a game, I picked Godot, and then I gave up. And so there's two things going on there. One, I didn't know that the learning curve would be so steep just in general. Like, I knew it'd be steep, but I thought it'd be like this, but it was like this, you know? Um, so part of that was why I gave up. But then also part of it was Godot. And then when I started again, I'm like, I'm not touching Godot. I'm going to try Unity. And Unity was easier to learn. Um, but it's got all of its issues. And I don't think it has any improvements engine wise over Godot, and especially after I watched that video from the 3 developers who were professionals, me being just a fucking idiot, you know, I was like, I'm gonna take their opinion of Godot better than mine. And the Caves of Cud guy, I love that Caves of Cud's like a great game. And it's like pretty, the fact that he the fact that he did it quite easily, it seemed like, switching from Unity to Godot, and like it was easy for him to learn, makes my, like, if I'm challenged with stuff, it's probably just me, not Godot, if that makes sense. So um, and a lot of this stuff, actually, the knowledge that I learned in Unity does come over. It's a weird way. My brain's still not quite used to it. But we're gonna do a new scene for each of these states. So I think that especially if we can keep, if we the Godot community, if Godot can continue to release updates and more people switch over, I think we're going to get more tutorials and more questions asked and stuff. I think it's like a travesty that a lot of times lately the Godot main question forum is down. Like, I don't know who's responsible for that, or if it's a volunteer, but fucking fire that guy. He should be gone and move. I don't even care if you lose all the fucking questions. Just get rid of that guy. He's gone and put it on a stable thing. There's no way you can have in Reddit, they were like, oh, it's fine. It's only been like 3 days. It's like, holy shit, man. In the IT world, 3 days is fucking your history. You're fired. I'm an IT guy. There's no way you could have something down for 3 days. 3 minutes. 3 minutes, maybe. So, like, they got to bring in all the, like, they got to keep the new people. And I think keeping the new people will make more tutorials and stuff. And then I totally think it will suppress Unity, because there's no real benefit to using Unity from what I can see besides the tutorials. I totally agree. And I hope that's why I switched back over. So I got to do a new scene. Yes, for a second I couldn't remember how to do a new scene. It's going to be a 2D scene, and it's just going to have a sprite in it. No. Yes. And a lot of people were saying like, hey, it wasn't that big of a deal, but then, so I like, for the past couple of weeks, I can't drag this over here. For the last couple of weeks, I've been saying, what did I do wrong? Let me think. Area 2D. Area 2D. I don't need the area 2D. What is this thing? This is just a straight up sprite. What did I do over here? I did a node 2D. All right, let's delete this. Add a new one. No, wait. Sprite 2D. There we go. So I was saying that like I think a lot of people were gonna go back to Unity, but I think that there was like a wavering where people were, but now they're from the videos I've seen. Of course, you know it's YouTube, so like you watch a video and they only suggest the same videos with the same opinion. But now I've been seeing people more into what is up with it, me not being able to drag you around. I can drag this guy. I guess you're gonna be Washington. Uh, so I think more people are staying. Actually, we'll just do Washington here. This needs to be saved in here. I think I'm gonna have to reorganize this. And then we can duplicate this maybe. It doesn't really matter. And how have you been? How have you been? How's it been doing for you? It's Washington. Why don't you like Oregon here? It does like it. I'm editing the wrong thing. Over here, little buddy. It's here. It's just kind of slow. All right. Then what we're gonna do? Oh, now I gotta remember how the layers work. We need. There's like a Z thing. I did this on another one. That's pretty cool. Turn-based is cool. I have another game that I stream sometimes that's a turn-based thing. Ordering Z. We're gonna put you on 5. Yes. These all should be 5. Thank you, Joker. 5. I always say this when I'm doing layers, and so I played a little bit of D&D in the past couple of years. I've been the DM, and when people roll initiative, it's always like very close. Like one person will have a 5 and one person will have a 6, and then someone will need to adjust their like someone below who has a 9 will need to move in between those two people, and you can't do it. So you got to do like a 5.5 or something weird. So what I've been doing, so with these layers, on layers, I always put like some massive gap between them, just in case I have to move stuff between them, and it's because of initiative in TNT. All right, so these Oregon, we'll put here. Well, wrong one. Oregon, we'll put here. It's a nice size. So this thing should be 0.25, and so you can already see that there's 2 different maps that I pulled this shit from. Where's the center of this? I guess it's about, I think we actually want it kind of over here. We have Idaho to put into. The problem right now, can you edit multiple things at once? It looks like maybe I can. I've never tried. Material, no. Texture, no. We're going to make this just some bizarre color so we can see what I'm doing. Because I cannot. Yeah, so my other game is turn-based, and it took a while. The fuck is this? Oh, this is Cowlitz. Yeah, Cowlitz. to like get the swing of it. Once again, chat was very helpful. Whoops. This thing look like? I was saying at the start of this stream that one of the things I really appreciate about, that's the word I was looking for, is appreciate, about Godot is how quickly you can load a project. Jesus Christ, with Unity. Go out and have a couple of smokes and come back and it would still be loading. This isn't a perfect science, by the way. This is when I do the real graphics, I don't know. I talked to my friend who used to be a graphic designer, and they were just like, because I was thinking there's got to be like a free resource for maps, right? Oh, dude, that would be so stressful for me. All right, we got to make this a different size. This is where we get really. Oh, maybe that's pretty close. Yeah, so I was like, there's got to be a free resource where you could just pull and it's the same fucking map, the same whoever created the map over the whole United States and Canada and stuff. It's even getting worse when I hit a Canadian province right up here. Oh, shit. The maps are totally different. But it makes it look much less shitty. Wow, 0.8 might be pretty close. What is this one? This is 0.75. Oh, yeah. I mean, I cut this out of this other map, so the map thing is is blowing my mind. There's that episode of no, what is that? It's a West Wing, and they like these map guys come in to try to talk to the president about, or the president's staff about how the maps are all wrong and stuff, and it's kind of played for fun and like it's kind of funny. Uh, and I know that the maps are wrong, but I did not expect this map thing being such an issue. Um, I'm gonna like have to hire someone just to draw maps, and it's or do something. And you can find the maps, but they're very low res. The bigger you go out, because they have to. Otherwise, it would be ridiculously huge. Basically, you could probably find all of them that were somewhat similar, but it would take a massive amount of work. I also I'll never do this, but there's a game where there's like some zombie game where it loads your city in. I wish you could put in I wish I knew how to do that where you could get it where it would load. You could put in, if you're in Italy, you'd say, I'm in Italy, and then it would load all this shit in and figure out each county and stuff. But whatever, that's so far away. But this looks actually okay. Let's look at it. It's a PDF. Oh yeah, I've already looked at this map 100,000 times. You know what's cool about this map? Is when I first was doing this ages ago, I was like, I didn't notice. I had I used whatchamacallit. It was this part right here. It was for Tillamook too. You can see it right here. Um, I just use a program like Paint or whatever to cut out this stuff. And then after I loaded it in, I was like, why the fuck is this so pixelated? Like, look at this one county's all pixelated. Then I went back Like, what the fuck is up with Washington County? Who drew these lines? Like, that isn't, it isn't a requirement, you know? Oops, I'm trying to like drag like I'm in a Godot. Like, they don't have to be only straight lines up and down. They could have drawn a diagonal line. Like they had other lines here. This line isn't like that. Yeah. Yeah, so these maps aren't that hard to find. Um, the county maps. I don't want to do it per like one. So originally that was the plan. Uh, was to do each county to be its own little thing, but it's too small. I did some like napkin math, and it will be. Thank you for finding that, by the way. And it will be about if they're about this size, where I cut out the one. You know, I made them bigger, like they include a couple of counties. Um, it'll be about 500 counties. Yeah, Hood River. Never heard of heard of Hood River. Hood River. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break though, and I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me throw out my break timer. I turn off my music first here. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and let's see. I got to start my music up. I know you guys can't hear it, sadly. The silence is too deafening. I'll just keep trying to run my mouth. So what we'll do, though, real quick, actually, is we'll make these different colors. What was that? Visibility? For this page. And then we're going to have it randomly pick some colors, too. I'll be hot pink. I'll be that because, I'm in Portland. I don't know what county Eugene is in. Tillamook, maybe? It's probably farther south than that. And Tillamook's actually, I think, more up here. But, all right, what do we got going on here? Oh, that was the download. It is, it sticks to the eye. So we're going to add a script to here. Let's see what I called this script in Unity. So, I had complaints about the Unity tutorials too, and I was talking to somebody in chat once, and they pointed out that a lot of the people who were making the Unity tutorials were actually new, and so they were making them like you would learn something that wasn't quite right. And so, like, I hope that we don't get that, for Godot. I think this was called... We're going to need a list of counties. No. It was like some color. There's so many scripts. Random color faction. I don't want to. Holy shit. I was thinking this is going to be pretty basic. I mean, it's only one page, but... Oh, I can tell. So I must have got part of this from ChatGPT as well. I use Chat. Well, that's the other thing that I wish that ChatGPT would update so that it had the Godot stuff in it. Because if you ask that thing a question right now, it does not know what the fuck you're talking about for Godot. All right, we're gonna bring these colors over. I took an excruciatingly long amount of time picking these colors in Unity. So we're going to use them. This is going to go into here. We're going to need a new one. You mean like instance it or instantiate it? That's what I'm doing with my characters in my turn-based one, is I instantiate them, but I'm not bringing over. But you're doing a new scene. I don't have any new scenes yet. That's like something I haven't even had to. Well, I'm new. The new scenes that I'm using are like, I prefab equivalents or sprites and stuff. I don't have any actual like game scenes. The answer is 5. Close this thing. Yeah, I'm surprised I don't know every county at this point by name in Oregon and Washington, because I've looked at so many county maps. So with terrain, without terrain, I've messed. It's crazy how many maps are out there and how different they are. I did not open this after I created it. I did open it. All right, we're gonna go get rid of this thing. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of this. And then we're gonna figure out how this works. I think we're gonna need this. I know, and I totally thought it was simple. I don't know if this is gonna work here. I guess, whoops, I guess I'll just get rid of all of these. I don't think this is gonna work, but we're gonna do it. We're just gonna do it and see what happens. It's not mad about this. What? I'm surprised. If you want to supply values in a range of 0 to 255, you should use color.color8. Well, okay. 8. What? Oh. Let's see what it says again. I kind of skim read and then it bites me in the ass later. The alpha component is used for transparency. Values are in floating points and usually range from 0 to 1. Some properties may accept values greater than 1. If you want to supply values, what happens? I'm just going to use these and see what happens. So we're going to have to, so I'm going to rearrange. How are we doing this? Well, let's just start. What did I call this thing? We had all colors, and then we had random color faction. Let's just do random color for now. I'm going to bring over some of this stuff. And we can adjust it and rename and break stuff later. This is going to be on background. And I might do it. I was thinking about this before. I might actually attach like a bunch of nodes up here because we're going to run through like a bunch of steps to set up the game pretty much. It's going to be kind of a lot of stuff. Hopefully we'll get to some of the fun stuff today. I guess it's today. I took a nap. I had a HVAC guy showed up to fix my HVAC. Yesterday they fixed it. They fixed it, but it didn't work. And threw off when I was planning to stream. All right, we don't need this. I had some other file called arrays. What's in here? Okay. I'm not sure why. So I want to do it like, whatchamacallit? CK, you know, the Paradox games. You know what we can do as well before we get too into this here? Let me look up what Godot color thing is. Oh, and then my design person, I showed her CK3 and she was like, well, this shit doesn't line up either. And then if you zoom in really close on CK3, they don't line up. And when you like highlight them, the highlights don't quite match either. But you know, it's so insignificant you don't even notice it. I want an example. Oh, there's some already pre-built. There's a lot more. Boston, how's it going? Is a global method. Color red equals color 8. Oh, these are this way. All right, let me try that. 1 second here. There's a lot more of these than there are. Oh, see, they have salmon. Is there a picture? I need to look at the pictures to see the color. Oh, there's a lot more. Unity has like 8. And that's why I made my own. Rebecca Purple. Okay, so I don't think I need my own actually. If there's this many choices, literally that's why I took so much time when I was doing in Unity to, there's like 6 or something. All right, maybe there's 8. They're just the base colors, and they're all like fuchsia and stuff, like way too bright. But this has like pretty much. So one of the things is, and I want to do this at some point. We're not going to do it now. It's going to be 100 years from now. But I really like how like CK3 and all of the Paradox games have like it's color coded like yellow, let's say for Spain, and then all of it like the ones that are around it are all like a different shade of yellow. Yeah, Joker. Yeah, exactly. I spent so much time like on I streamed because I've streamed every time I've done this. Um, it was like 3 hours of me picking colors. So then let's save this for a second. I'm gonna copy your comment over here, Boston. Okay, I just need notes, or I will forget. Pre-built. Okay. So if this, so we're still picking from an array. Let's do a different, let's rename this thing to something. And we'll go, can I do this? Let's see if this will, whoops. You know what I'm also missing here is my namespace. One of those, you're right. Need one of those. And then so I should be able to go, let's say red. No. So I want an array. Let me think about how this works. I want an array with all the different colors. We don't need to look at Rebecca Purple there. Need that. How was I doing this over here? I have the array. Okay, so this is going to need another. We might rewrite this from scratch. With an S. You are right. I think we're going to rewrite part. Well, you know what? We'll just tear this apart. So what's happening here is when I wrote this the first time, there's a faction name and color is happening first. Is getting created first. Then the colors are getting assigned. That's what it looks like, at least. Less than. Oh no, this is just some. Well, that we still need that, but yeah, this is a Chat GPT thing. I can tell because of this. Yeah. So let's go back. Let's comment this out. This whole thing. I'm laughing because it's funny when I come back later. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Okay, but I need to comment it out so that I can it will build. Then what do we got going on here? You're expecting a what? Another one of these? All right. So we got to put a namespace in here. And I'm going to pick these colors in a second. It's not going to be red. That's going to be too hard on the eyes, but I just want to make sure that's how it was working. Then we're going to need... So before this was all on one massive script, and I didn't like that. As time passed, I liked that less and less. Like everything was accessing this massive script, and it was doing all this crazy shit. So what I'm thinking is we add a node, just a plain old node here. Because if I understand this correctly, it should go down this list. So we'll have the controls will kick in, the clock will kick in. We'll put it at the top, and we'll need factions created first. Some of them, when I was originally doing this, some of them were so, like Fuchsia, this one isn't actually that bad. Fuchsia is pretty hardcore. I'm thinking we can't see inside lists in Godot. That'd be one thing that I wish you could do with export. What did I do? This is like the fun stuff, though. In my mind, is this the one we're already looking at? Randomly generating like colors and people and stuff, because we're gonna do people after that and factions. No, this is gonna be in world map load. This is the Giganto script. That at this point is a mess, because like even when I was doing it in Unity, I could never. Can you see inside the dictionary though? Yeah, like look at all this stuff. So this we're gonna do this actually, hopefully today. How much time do I have? Hopefully, but we're gonna do it right. I mean, I was doing it wrong before in Godot. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to put in this bullshit player faction stuff too. Godot ones you can, but does it have to start with? Can it have a? Yeah, no, I'm already like halfway done. Halfway over. Does it have to be a dictionary with a string at the front of it, though? Or can you use numbers? Like a list? So I'm staring at this because I'm like looking at. So it looks like we had a public class called faction, and assign faction name and color. Some of this is very convoluted. Oh, I remember. This is the okay. I remember why I'm like, where is our faction information? So in Unity, I was doing all this stuff in Unity, like whereas having the lists in the code in there, which I'm going to change like most of this stuff to resources. Like research items will be resources, but I was doing that for most of this, and then for factions, I just type that shit into the inspector. So in the Unity inspector, I just typed this stuff in, and it, added a new index and just typed it in, and that's why it's not in any of my code. I look right before I started streaming. I was like, "Oh shit! I bet you Beta 2's out," and I was about to upgrade to it. And I was like, "I don't want to do that right now. I just want to hit start," because I was already like all set up to stream. So I did not do that, and I don't want to type this shit into the inspector again. I want to do it a different way. So let's go back. We got like 10 things all intertwined. So let's also make that screaming and streaming. So let's do this better than I did it the first time, since I having to rewrite it anyways. Um, we'll start a new script, and I guess we're going to start with factions. It will create the factions, and it will assign a color to the factions. Then it will go through and it will figure out which county the faction owns, and then it will assign that color to the county. That's how we'll do this. So the first thing it will do is we'll have a faction script here, and we'll put it on this factions thing, and we'll open it up. We don't need this. And then let's look at what I had under, because we're going to need probably 99% of like the things I had in this class. Holy shit. We had an event in here, huh? I'm saying we. Yeah, so, and I didn't like this. I have like another list that was the faction name and color, and I never really liked that. We need this, like, this research item list. Um, county population. Yes. Okay, so county population is like a huge deal that we'll do later. I was hoping to get to it today, but we're definitely. I have way, 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 way higher expectations than I. I was way overly optimistic. I don't know why I do that every time. So let's try to do a resource. Let's do that, and let's see how it turns out. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? We have to rewrite a bunch of code again? I mean, who gives a shit at this point? I'm going to call this resources, and we're going to go and create a new folder in here called factions, and Then we're going to create a new, no, we're going to create a new script in here called faction data, I think. And this is going to just go in here. And I'm going to have to copy from my other resource that I used in my other thing. Where I see, that's the good thing about having two games going at once is you can learn in one and then apply it to the other one and vice versa. Uh, Even though I didn't end up using these resources, so I just want to make sure this looks right. I also, speaking of that Joker there does tutorials. I used his tutorial to learn how to do this. We don't need this shit. We need. I don't know why I do that so much. This is what I was talking about, Joker. It was this global class thing had to be up here for me to be able to see it in the inspector. Um, then we're gonna need. What is this song? It's pretty good. It's the Kills. Super Powerless. Once again, I wish you guys could hear it. It's not like anyone's gonna, watch my thing on YouTube for the song, like because I'm gonna be talking over it. Let's just save that temporarily. We're gonna save that temporarily as well. Let's. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. I hope I don't start yelling. I probably will, but I'm trying to like train myself to until I start screaming like we were talking about. All right, I have a bazillion things in this other one. I don't feel like I should copy over. Where is this thing? All of these? I guess it isn't that bad. Let's copy it all over. Oh, you know what though? So this is going to be back to the question. I guess we can test it out. So the question that I keep having it with resources, like, so in Unity, a scriptable object, you're not supposed to like uh, change them. Like you can, but you're supposed to like leave them like kind of untouched. And if you like in the game, they remember what you changed. And I don't know if resources do that. Um, and if they do, then we'll have to do it differently. We'll have to use a list. This shit we're going to comment out a bunch of this stuff. We need that. I don't think we're going to need that, but I'm going to comment this out. We're going to change this to. Do I have one of these open? It's an export something or other. I started using these things more too. What was I using it in? I was using it in. This thing is what I need. I know that's the same word that I was just saying, but these are like your faction resources, like wood and shit. I don't think we need an export in front of here, but I'll put it in here anyways. Like, it's not going to kill us. And this should be down here. And this should be here. Then we're gonna do a different. We're gonna do this different for now. There's gonna be a lot of like half doing stuff. Uh, until we figure out, because the way a lot of the stuff I did before, like it worked, but it was some sloppy shit. And the longer that I wrote, the more sloppy it would become, and also the more like issues I would run into. I'd be like, oh, I would do one change and the whole thing would fall apart. And also, Unity kept complaining, and I think this is just because I didn't know what I was doing, that I had lists referencing each other. So like a list would be inside a list, which would have the same list that it was in. And so I need to like keep that in mind while I'm setting this up, so I don't have these like looped lists. Listception is exactly what it was, and like I understand why I was complaining, because it was like, this is dumb. What are you doing? And then I actually even looked up like, I think I am shouting now. Then I even looked up some like the ways that you're supposed to do like data structures, and um, some of them made sense to me and some didn't. Yeah, it's how I was asking it later. Like, we'll get to that in 5 months from now. We'll get back to the pain of what I was doing. Okay, so from here, we're going to go. Uh, oh, I had to build first to get this through. Whoops, wrong button. What the fuck is this? It went from like a Ramones song to a spoken word by Neil Gaiman. And that was kind of jarring. Like listening to music. I didn't hit build. I hit this other button. What does this thing look like right now, anyways? It looks bad. That looks bad. Did we test the clicking on this thing? I don't think we did, but it works, except that I thought I got rid of that goddamn county word. Where's it getting that information from? I renamed both of those. Did I hard code it in there? I don't know why I'm asking these rhetorical questions. um, yeah, we get it. It would be. Where is it getting this from? It would be under. What does the debug log say, or whatever this is called? I must have manually. Well, I would have found it though. When I searched for. I guess it could not find it. It's possible it wouldn't find it. When we click on this, Yeah, this is like dated. This doesn't have the... Maybe I never reran it after I changed those. I restart it. Yeah, I don't know why I always feel like I can get so much done, and then I usually it's one thing like really slows me down, like sometimes for days, but yeah, where is it getting this county word from? I renamed all this shit. And where would it? I guess the name of the PNG. Oh, that's what it is. That what it's doing? Is getting no? All right, I'm just gonna put this on the list of things we gotta fix so I don't get sidetracked, and we'll fix it next time. Um, county doesn't appear at the end. That's happened to me. There was a with some debug or GD prints before too, where I've been uh, like why is it saying select or whatever? You know, like why is it saying mouse left click? Thinking that I typed that in there. So weird though. Select county. All right. Well, I mean, I kind of want to fix it, but did we name it over here? Here's the problem. We didn't name it over here. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh. There we go. All that. Well, that's we got to put something on the list and then immediately mark it off. Close issue. I was an idiot. Close with comments. I was an idiot. All right, what were we doing? We were going with faction. I think. Oh, we were gonna do resources. That's what we were doing. We're gonna do a research for these three, or these three, and then we'll see if it works the way I want it to work. These three factions. New resource. Faction data. This is gonna be called player faction, and then we'll do another one. And we're going to call this one, where am I saving this shit to? All right, this is the right spot. AI Faction 1. AI Faction 2. And that's all we need right now. So in a perfect world, this would be somewhat, well, in a perfect world, this would be somewhat manually typed in or randomly assigned names and stuff. So I wonder if that's going to be an issue. Well, we can test that too. We can test that too. Well, we're gonna find out with the color right now. So we're gonna call this. Which one am I on here? I'm in the wrong one. That's for sure. Oh, I was on the player one. We're gonna call this guy the Shipbirds because that's the name I call all of my factions. And then we're gonna call this one AI Faction 1 because I'm very original. All right, I'll check the things in a second. Was I editing the wrong one? Oh, I was. The shit birds. And then this one. I'm on the wrong one again. You gotta double click. You gotta double click. Or you don't. It doesn't move there. AI Faction 2. I think this is the way we're gonna do it. It's always the shipbirds. You gotta have the shipbirds here. Oh, I see. But it's so. I don't know why. Like, list is just like the thing. What happens if we look it up? Godot list versus Godot dictionary. See, some of these are so old. I mean, it's not that old, but in here, this person has this. This is a question I have. All right, this guy says JSON. Dictionaries are array in GDScript because GDScript is at the end of the day a programming language, and these two things are perhaps the most. This isn't a dilemma since resources are the only way to save structured data to disk. You can have dictionaries, put them all into a resource class, and save it. So organizing your data structure in a way that you serialize them. it's probably the I assumed he was the guy who posted like some question on Reddit, but maybe not. Maybe he was also talking on. So this is how I did it in my other one. It was like this, but the thing is like these things are gonna change. So I think I just have to do it. It's one of those things, like I've said before. I'm like like I need to do it to, and we're gonna do it right now with faction color. We're gonna apply the faction color. A random color to that. And so if it doesn't like that change, or if it remembers it once the game stopped, I don't think we can use it. For color, it doesn't matter. But then we might have to use like a dictionary or whatever. I was like so into dictionaries at the beginning of programming. Like everything I made was a dictionary. And then I moved to lists. I don't know. I don't remember why. So I moved all of these things into one spot because into one folder. We're going to read them all from this folder. And, oh, we're going to need them in an order of some sort. No, we don't need them in an order. Do we need it in an order? We do need it in an order. I'm trying to think. Maybe we don't want to do resources right now. Because I do need it to be the player faction at the beginning does need to, there's a way to fix that though. So making sure these all have, this is the only one that is. Oh, you know what I was also doing? All right, I gotta like think about this to a point, but I can't get too bogged down in the details. Let's first just read this shit. We're gonna like try it out. Did I put bird shit or shit? I like shit bird better. Uh, let's see. I gotta go to here because I have this. This whole I saved it because I knew that I was gonna, even though I didn't need it anymore. It's not under resources. It's under scripts, and we were loading a random demon in that one. I believe it's this. And we'll copy over the code. I think I stashed it at the very bottom. Okay, that would be wrong. I did not stash it at the very bottom. It's not that. It could be this. No, it's on here somewhere. Here it is. This is not what I was thinking of, but this will do the trick. This is what we need. So what we want to do, it's not going to be called Demon Path. Private. We're going to have it go through. We're going to have it go through and generate these by. It's going to load all of those resources from the disk, and then it's going to generate a node for them actually. I pulled it from my other one. So this is one of the things that I really struggled with was finding, instead of the C# versions, finally it was like look at the GD script and then convert it over. We're gonna call this is a string. We're gonna call this faction data path, and it's gonna actually equal something here. We're gonna just get this path here. That's another nice thing. This probably needs some quotes though, and a thing at the end. So I think once I figured out that I needed this, that I needed file or dir access and then file, where to go? I'm looking at this and my brain is not seeing it. Yeah, get files. Oh, this isn't the code I was thinking of. But this will work. Oh my god. Oh, 15 times. So then there's dir access and like file access or something like that. Um, and once I figured that out, I totally could like, I just hovered over this, and I think and I took a screenshot of it because so I could have it on the other screen. But this is we're gonna rename this thing. Okay, it won't let me rename that. That's okay. Faction data path here. Won't let me do this one either. Faction. I guess I could. How many times do I got to do this? One more time? I can handle that. Faction data path. And we want, if this doesn't exist, we want to do a GD prints. You are so fucked. This directory doesn't exist. And then we'll just do this. There we go. And list the directory, gets this directory. What was I doing earlier? And I was like, what the fuck is this? I was clicking on something earlier. No, I can't do it right now. And there was the rainbow stuff from last time. Um, and I was like, what is this at first? Sorry, I gotta change my music. I don't know what that was. But it was less shocking. I guess I was testing numbers or something. I don't remember where that even was. All right, we don't need any of this shit, but we do need to load. Man, where did I put that? That would be a lot because I have the whole exact thing of loading the resource because it's not GD load, it's like resource loader or something. Man, where was it? Yeah, resource loader, but there was like a little bit more. What the fuck did I do with it? I probably deleted it. So let's get rid of this stuff for now, because otherwise it's going to be confusing. So I think we need to have. I'm thinking, what do we need? We need a list. Do we need right now it will be private. We're gonna need a private. Of faction data called factions. And I might switch that to a dictionary. It depends how I need to access it. And I'm now more familiar with, well, I don't know shit about GD or Godot dictionaries. So what we're going to do is factions add. Can I do it this way? I think this is no resource. Let's not do it this way. Let's not put it in here. We're going to just do var this shit. Var faction data equals resource loader dot load. Is that how it wants it? It was auto filling that in for me. That's surprising to me. because it rarely does that. And then we'll do... I think I got an extra. No, I don't. What's your problem? You know what I think I can do here? Is that... You know, I put that on another one. It just automatically filled it in. I think I took it off. You know, when they're grayed out, I just take them off. Yeah, there it is. The only thing it doesn't automatically put in there, I notice, is the GD, just the GD part, like for prints or whatever. So then what we'll do is we'll put a GD print in here, and we'll do this. Well, whoops. And then we'll do a squigs. This is just for testing, obviously. That's what I want. And we'll do a squigs. Oh, this one hopefully should always happen. All right, now we just need to test this. Did I attach this to a script? What is the name of this script? Or to a node? It's not Demon Picker. All right, that is attached to a script. Everything's there. We'll hit this and see what happens here. We don't have a thing here. Did that again. And I can't even hit Control Z at this point. Come on. Come on. All right. Back to the thing I'm always talking about with old school stuff is, imagine you're the guy who's got to go through the printed pages and look for like missing shit like that. That didn't work because I'm gonna take a break in a second here, but whoops. Because, well, I moved it. It was... I got rid of that print that was up here, and I need it. So what it's supposed to do is get each file name. It didn't say anything, did it? I think that was actually the issue. I think that wasn't instanced. or whatever the fuck it's called. Initialize. So there's the word. All right, that actually worked. I don't know why I'm always so shocked when any of my code works. If I have like three, I'm gonna call them paragraphs of code, and I hit play and it works, I'm totally shocked. If it's like 3 lines, a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes here. All right. Yes, definitely. You get the three, or I get the 3 paragraphs. I'm calling them paragraphs, and then one line breaks it. Or later, I look back and I say, well, "This code, I don't need this one line of code. I don't know why I put that there," and then I delete it, and the whole thing implodes. So this works. We have this loaded into this list, and we are going to need this to be public. And we're also going to need an instance of this thing. I was waiting for it to finish. It's very touchy. And then we'll do this. Wins, how's it going? You know what we'll do with this is we're gonna comment this out temporarily. I don't even think we're gonna end up using this. And then we're gonna go. This is actually named wrong as well. This is gonna be a faction color. This is gonna be. And then this will be the test of the resource thing. So on here, we don't need that. We're gonna have a list here of faction data called factions. And this is gonna equal that thing we just created over here. I guess we could, yeah, whatever. I don't remember why I did it this way. I think I just so I didn't have the thing so long. Um, yeah, that's why I did it. I don't know about lots of progress. A tiny bit of progress and lots of nonsense. GD print. So we are going to need this. So let's go back to this arrays thing. Where was that? Okay, we were using arrays of this. So it was going to use this. Let's use just these three that are here because they're right here. And they'll be ugly, but that's fine. What is this other thing we got going here? The not colors. We can comment this out. And I actually would prefer to have this, whoops, like this. Yeah. This needs to go down here, though. Well, no, I don't like that. I guess that's true. I got rid of a bug at the beginning. So did this say more than? What did this is less than the faction count? I guess we could throw another one in here. Magenta, sure. Then, so if it's the this is that way this is Chat GPT wrote this that way that you guys that you guys were talking about with not to have the bigger things, the pyramids. Okay, we're gonna need a random up here. I need it up here. A private random, and this is gonna be random.next. Available colors is this. Okay, so that's our 4 colors. Faction. What did we call this? Faction color is what we called it. I probably didn't need to call it faction color, but whatever. And then it's going to remove this, so that's the same. It's going to assign this. Then what the fuck is this thing? Go through each county, assign their sprite renderer. All right, we don't need this temp right now. We just need to test this first part. Assign the faction ID. So we might need a faction ID, which we would have to update that one, the one thing. Man, there are a lot of these. What do we need? We need a namespace in here. Not even using this. Okay. We'll do it. We'll do it anyways. Um, what do we got going on here? We have too many. We got all sorts of shit going on. Then wonder why this is over 1 and it doesn't care. My hotkey that makes it rearrange itself, it doesn't care. You know, it does this with other arrays too. Oh, this was supposed to be over here too. Non-constant field should not be visible. What the fuck is it talking about? Um, okay, whatever that was, I did not want to do it. Oh, it wants it to like put it. I don't even know. I don't know what that the ducks mean. It's the fellow kids thing. I could try to pretend. Uh, I think it wants. Oh no, random. That we definitely can do. Oh, we don't need this. And those I can't get rid of. Yeah, I don't know what it quite wants here. So we'll just ignore it for now. And then this should. We're going to need another. I'm actually going to make this a subnode. And I'm going to random faction colors. Oh, is that what that is? I thought that was part of the emoji or whatever that those things are called. We're going to assign this to here. And then I wanted to see what happens. That's not going to do anything, but here. Make sure the script exists and contains a class defined with a name match of the. Oh, this goes up the children, though. It goes up the children, I think. I think that's how that works. Like, I figured that out the other day. No. Factions. Can I instance script because the association class cannot be found? I know what it is. It's this. That's what it is. So that's a classic. That'd be a classic Unity thing. That's like the baby thing. They were when I was talking about like if you I learned the basics like when I first started Unity that used to happen to me all the time. What are we doing here? There's no way for me to tell. Sounded like someone was like banging on my door or something. or my wall. Well, let's stop it. So the color hasn't changed here. In that, so in with a scriptable object, it would have, and that's been kind of one of my worries. We only want it to change during the thing, but now we gotta apply it to here. And what we need to do with that is we need another thing in globals that will be what was I doing with that research clicked thing? The fuck is that? What happens if I comment this out? Was this an idea that I didn't end up using? I don't think I'm breaking it yet. Yeah, I don't know what this it should have. Well, we'll leave that. Um, so here we're gonna need this is gonna be an export, and it's what is this thing? It's a node 2D. Whoops. Now it's on the other side. Last time last time they were on the and I was clicking on the other one. Yeah, I don't think I'm using this. Then if we go back to here, oh, we are using it. Okay. Visual Studio is failing me. What do you use what IED? Why are you suddenly complaining about that thing? All right, this needs to go here. And then right now we're going to do this a dumb way too. We're just going to assign it like down the list. Okay, so this was a dictionary that I was doing something to, which we will ID. That's what I couldn't remember. I was like, is it IDE, IED? And then I was like thinking to myself, is it an improvised explosive? Yeah, IDE. There we go. So after this, we're gonna have it go. What was that? What did I just call that thing? Was it Get Child? I did this the other day. You guys actually helped me. And I did it again recently. God damn it. I gotta reference my own shit so often because my brain doesn't work. I actually think it's here. Get children. Get children. Then here, we want to go to self-modulate. Oh shit, we need this to be in here. Oh no, we don't. We need... we need to do this in here, but we're gonna do it. Yeah, it's gonna be in here. It's just gonna be dumb. I mean, I don't know why I'm copying or not typing this when I could just go like this. This is, yeah, it's gonna be dumb, but it's gonna be the way we're gonna do it for this test. I gotta test everything, you know. Doesn't like that because it doesn't know what this is. Can I do this? Let's see. Oh, it's not a node 2D, it's a sprite. It's a sprite something, sprite 2D. I'm getting better with this casting too. Not this time though, I guess. Oh yeah, I forgot that it has a built-in that's usable. We'll call this a sprite 2D, and we'll call this owned. Then we're gonna go this is not long term. This is just for testing to make sure that this is actually working. We're gonna have another thing that has a list of counties and stuff. We're running out of time. Psi charm. Well, that obviously didn't work. I don't even know its site. I never even heard of that. Oh, we gotta put this thing in here. It doesn't know what this is. It's actually up here. Oh, I did put it there. 30. Did I not put this? Yeah, I've never heard of side charm. Did I not put this here? It's right here. Get child. All right, I'm doing something. Oh, is this happening before the other thing? Let me look. Let me try this again. Sometimes I have to clear it off. I think this is happening too quickly. Is it? I'm not. I only messed around with Python actually when I messed around with Godot ages ago, with GD script. I think this is happening too quickly. So what we'll do is first we'll get this out of here. Then we'll go like this. And then we'll go call deferred. This is an easy way, at least for me to test. If that's the problem. Oh, you know, I also that worked. I also wrote some. I ported over some program for somebody to Python, you know, without knowing any Python. I forget what I was doing. Man, that is pretty bright. Let's rerun it though to see if we get a different series of colors because we should. We did, and you know those like blocks when you're a baby. That's what we've done here. We've made this the color of the blocks when you're a baby. All right, let's go back to this array. And let's add in some colors here. Baby blocks, exactly. Peach puff sounds good. Let's go with papaya whip. I wish there was a way to look at these things. You were saying there was a way to look at it. Well, you know what we could do? Well, no, because we're going to have to run it. I was thinking. There's got to be like an online version. I know it's going to look different depending, you know, on your monitor. But you know, whoops. That's not a bad idea, but there's got to be like they don't have it like somewhere I can just pick from it, like online. Because I need the words. Deep forest. I need to know what the word looks like. The word looks like. That is what I. That is actually what I need. I need to know what the word looks like. Is there? Let's see. Let me think about this. Because what we could do. I'm actually just kind of surprised it isn't online. Maybe, let's see. Oh, here it is. Look at that hot pink down there. Maybe we should go with some hot pink. I'm man enough to wear pink. Brown. Browns always look so shitty. Any earth tone. Mint cream. Now I want ice cream. Medium sea green. See, we got. All right, where did you find? How did you find this? So you're a better Googler than I am. Googleist. Googleonian. All right, let's look at this. I'm going to put this on the other screen and we'll just go down. Dim gray. I like that, but I don't think. Gainsborough. Indian red. Oof. Is that really what they call that? Oh my god. Oh my god. Um, how about rosy brown? Salmon, I use salmon. We can do tomato. Tomato. Dark salmon, orange, coral, light salmon. We only need like 10 of them. Chocolate. Peach puff is definitely on the list. Sandy brown. Oh, there's another one called Navajo white, but I think that's talking about a different thing. Blanche almond. I like this forest green, but I bet you it's not forest green. Like, I mean, once you see it on the screen, like I said, we only need like 10 of them. We don't even need 10 of them, but medium, spring, look at that typo, medium, spring, green. We actually, in reality, 7 is enough, but we'll do 2 more. Because there's only, for a long time, we're only going to get to 7 counties at the beginning. Steel blue. I don't think I want steel blue. Slate medium purple. And then we'll do 1 more. Thistle. Let's do light pink. Whoops. Prink. Need some capitals in there. Let's see. Let me run this first. That actually looks pretty good. That was a. If only we could get these little nubs to line up better. I was like, why doesn't the commands work? Because I was using the wrong ones. See, it lines up perfectly, then it starts getting whack because I put this other map on top of this one map's on top of the other map. That actually looks pretty good. You can tell that they're different counties. It kind of looks like, I mean, it's not like finished game good. It's very dull. It's not like bright like that, like the baby block colors. I don't know, that looks pretty good. The problem with having a green like that is people are going to think that it means forest, but we don't give a shit right now. I don't know if we've gotten light pink yet. At some point, like I said, I think we'll have to do like a, oh, what is this? Barely, wonder which one that is. Sandy brown. I wonder if is there, let's see, if I can look. I don't think I can look because. So wait, Joker, you were saying we could look at a dictionary. But we can't look at. Oh, you know what we can look at? We can look at, of course, we can just look at the color on the goddamn thing. It's not going to tell us, but that's definitely. I think that's this. I think that's too. Oh, you know, that's probably blanched almond. Let's see, blanched almond. Is this what? Blanche almond. That's what that is. How about plum? Let's go with plum, and then we'll call it a day, or I'll call it a day. But I think what we're gonna want to do is have it more. And I don't know how they do it. I put a B at the end, like a plumber. Uh, I don't know how they do it, but it'd also be nice, like if the colors weren't so randomly generated after a while, but they were like different shades in the same area. But we'll worry about that way far down the road. Yeah, that looks good. And you know, it's interesting. I wonder. So in Unity, I was having to turn this down. In this, it actually comes out about how I want it. I wonder why that's different. Because we don't want it to cover up the texture in the background. We just want it to be, oh, because this is just a tint, while the other thing is like a color. Where in Unity, it was like color. And it will look different when we have more. You know, I have it, so I have all the counties done up to all of Oregon and just this one Washington one. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day. That was actually, I feel like we got okay amount done. Next time I'll be able to do population. I don't know. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna definitely be weird. Let me push this to get it's gonna be a new branch here. And we're gonna call this branch random population faction color. It's gonna be all of those things. Random color is working. Factions are getting loaded from resources. So I think that will. I think resources will be the way to go because we're going to want to put in different stuff like way later. You know, we're going to want to put in, they're going to have different number of resources to start, which will be randomly generated to a point. But then we're also going to want to have like different cultures and stuff, just like CK3 or whatever, or Dominions 5. That's the goal, is to try to like rip off that idea. But obviously mine's going to be much better than CK3. It's such a ridiculous concept. All right, let me put this. Let me push. I already pushed it. All right, I'm calling it a day. Joker, I'll look at that after I get offline here. I am getting tired. I'm yawning. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me, and I will talk to you next time, probably tomorrow. I want to make some progress on this 2D4X one. I'm gonna keep doing this one for a while, then just occasionally do the Hex Demon one. The Hex Demon one I didn't work on offline too, but this one I only work on online. So anyways, talk to you guys later. Bye.